Let's bring in the convener of the Defend Our Democracy Rally and Struggle stalwart, Cheryl Carolus, to discuss the Constitutional Court ruling and Jacob Zuma's actions so far. Sorry, Cheryl, we had some technical hiccup. It's part of being on Zoom and in 2021 and during this pandemic. Thank you for joining us. I mean, over 50 organizations committed their support to the online rally, and about 600 people actually attended the event. Why do you think so many high-profile people who fought hard with Mr. Zuma in the struggle are speaking out against him?
Good morning, Annika, and sorry about the hiccup. You know, firstly, I'm not the convener. I'm one of the founders of the Defend Our Democracy. It is actually an alliance of civil society organizations who have been busy for decades, many of us, working on protecting and promoting our Constitution. And it's unfortunate that in this day and age, after having walked so far, we have to spend our time speaking to one of us who used to promote, and in fact, who was responsible for the birthing of this Constitution of ours. And quite frankly, Annika, you know, it's untruthful and undignified, the manner in which a former head of state, somebody who enjoyed the confidence of the nation and of rank and file members of the ANC, is conducting himself. It's untruthful because former President Zuma knows that he, in fact, had ample opportunity to present himself to the Zondo Commission. He elected to walk out of it. It's undignified that he now claims he was going to get his medication or some such thing. I mean, he knows it's not true. And for a 78-year-old man to speak that kind of nonsense, quite frankly, is embarrassing. But he also knows that he has said for a very long time, he's been inconsistent. He first said he wants his day in court. And secondly, he said he's got lots of information about other people that he would spill the beans on if he had an opportunity. He had an opportunity, ample opportunity. The Zondo Commission virtually begged him to in fact present his case, to present evidence that he claimed he had, and he elected not to do it. And it's very undignified that somebody who said go to jail. He says he is worried about his age and he's worried about COVID. As he sits right next to people, not socially distanced, without masks, as he is dancing around with a group of people outside his residence in Nkandla, no masks, no social distancing. And he says that his, in fact, argument is that he's worried about COVID. It's very sad and undignified, quite frankly, for somebody of his stature.
That's right. I mean, he says that being with a debilitating health condition in his statement to the Constitutional Court and in his application for the latest rescission order, he says that he has a debilitating health condition and sending him to jail would pretty much be a death sentence. Yet he was not wearing a mask yesterday. He did not encourage his supporters to wear masks, and he refused to condemn those firing shots into the air outside Nkandla. Should the police be taking stronger action, and are you concerned about what is happening in KZN?
I am concerned about what's happening in KZN, Annika, because this is a bunch of people who are behaving in total defiance of the law of public safety, and in fact are trying to create a situation, the only situation that they know they can thrive on, because they know they cannot speak truth here, because they are in fact peddling blatant lies. I mean, it's absurd, if it wasn't so serious, to claim that the former president is being sent to jail without a trial. He has elected to in fact evade a legitimate process that we could see has been entirely respectful of everyone who presented themselves. And now they seek to create lawlessness and chaos, which I don't think any of us South Africans must tolerate and allow to happen. But let the hearing happen with the Constitutional Court. Let us not feed into their agenda of seeking violence and conflict. we are better than that. And they clearly are not. But I do expect the former president himself to act in censure. He's a man who himself, 5 times in his life, swore this solemn oath to uphold the Constitution and to promote its values and its implementation. It's shocking that he's behaving in such an undignified manner. Effectively lie. It's not true what he's saying. Somebody who's 78 years old, it's embarrassing, quite frankly.
Yes, he describes his the way he's being treated by the Constitutional Court akin to the apartheid regime, and saying at least they left his children alone, and says that, of course, he's getting special treatment meted out to him, which is unconstitutional, undemocratic, and extremely brutal. He describes himself as a prisoner of conscience. What does he mean by that, in your mind?
I do not begin to pretend that I understand that kind of nonsense that goes on in the head of a person who was one of the writers of the Constitution, who knows it and who understands it. In fact, quite the opposite. The former president knows that if anything should be said, the kid gloves with which he is being handled at the moment is, in fact, kid gloves that no one else who has appeared or has been asked to appear has asked for. And so I really appeal to him to please summon whatever dignity he's got left, and to in fact present himself in a lawful and orderly manner, and to stop instigating a super spreader event outside his home. It is just grossly irresponsible, especially if he hopes to go to the Constitutional Court and claim that he's scared that he will get COVID. Well, he should start wearing a mask. He should stop going and dancing around outside his gate with bunches of people who themselves don't care about the fact that there's a virus that's killing hundreds of people every day in our country. It is just irresponsible and undignified.
Cheryl Carolus, a woman who's never been afraid to speak out against what she perceives to be injustice, and the founder of the Defend Our Democracy rally. Cheryl Carolus, thank you once again for joining us. Well, still ahead